Hey, I love the element of surprise that one may get when they're listening to or viewing a show talking about various mixed bag of quick tips and random ideas, because you don't know what I'm going to say next. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Jan. Welcome to another episode on this channel, the Save Money and More with Jan channel. How are you doing on this Sunday morning? Hope that everybody is doing well. Let's jump right into the mixed bag of quick tips and random ideas. All right. Um, this one, many of you probably implement normally, but it's often forgotten by people that tend to procrastinate. And I truly believe in it. Okay, clean up as you go along, no matter what you're doing. No matter what you're doing. If you're baking a cake, for example, and you're done with the mixing bowl, it's dirty, clean it right away. Anything that has to do with the utensils, the mixer, the appliance, the accessories, clean them up. When you have everything in the oven, if your cake is in the oven while that's baking, that's the perfect time to clean up all of the mess so that the next thing you're doing is taking out a cake to cool. And you see where I'm going with that. Instead of letting it just sit there and the batter hardens, cleaning up in general during any meal preparation makes life a lot easier. And having a sink full of sudsy hot water as you're going along is quite helpful. Just common little practice that makes life easier. There you go. All right, next, if you're going to make meatballs, make a bunch of them. Make a bunch of them, make them your favorite ingredients to put it together, bake them very easily. You could oven fry them, put about a capful of oil in the meatball mixture, and it's going to taste as if you fried them. I mean it. You put the meatballs into their shape, make a whole bunch of them, and when they're cooled down, use what you need for the immediate meal of that evening, right? And put the remainder in separate little containers and use as you go along as you need it. You can do so many different things with meatballs. You can have spaghetti and meatballs. You can have meatball subs. You can make a meatball stew. Anything you want. When you're having a busy day, you don't feel like sitting around and formulating meatballs and all that. No. You have them already at hand for your usage. Meatballs are just one of those very convenient foods to have on hand. And they're just so good. All right, next. Did you ever notice in the grocery store? Some people may have noticed it, some people may not have noticed it. The price of American cheese. The price of American cheese, it's an interesting thing. I have noticed, even from within the same company. Now, there are two styles of American cheese that you'll find. Those slices, some are a color like an orange color, and some look like an off white color, okay? You're not going to believe this, but the off white color tends to be less expensive and goes on sale more often than the orange color. It's just a matter of color preference, I guess, when it comes to the cheese. But it tastes identical and it melts identically too. So the white one could be, I have seen it up to $1.50 cheaper than its orange counterpart. $1.50 is a lot of money to be saved. You're still getting cheese. I'm just saying, take notice of that. For some reason or another, there's a distinction many times, not always, but many times with the two different colored cheeses. I know it's crazy. I don't get it either. I really don't. Unless the orange coloring that they're using is more expensive and it increases the price. That could be a possibility. Next, when you are shopping, okay, support your future meals by simply utilizing the stuff that you already have and just get a couple of things that would work with it. Just be casual about it. Don't go crazy about it. You have X, Y, and Z already at home. Great. Then all you need to make that future meal would be whatever XYZ you have to pick up at the grocery store. And you can save a ton of money, time, effort, and energy by doing that and being flexible with your meals. All right. Now, this is important. I don't think a lot of people do this. I really don't. I don't think a lot of people rotate their stockpiles in a timely manner. This is really important. Rotate the food or the items that you paid money for. Keep in mind, Money came out of your pocket somewhere in the past. You paid for those items. We can't just throw it on a shelf, stick it there, and forget it for all eternity. Things have an expiration date on it, especially if it's a consumable, something that we're going to eat. So we need to pay attention to that. So definitely on a regular basis, rotate your stockpile stuff and use up stuff that is has recently expired or is about to expire. And always when you restock your shelves, always put the newest stuff in the back so that we use the older stuff right away. It's just a matter of a minute, taking a minute, not just throwing stuff on a shelf randomly, not even looking at it here, there, and everywhere. That method, the here, there, and everywhere method, doesn't work, or it doesn't work out very nicely, in my opinion. But anyway, now when it comes to our clothing, we tend to use a lot of laundry. We do. Because what do? We wear something for maybe an hour or two in some cases. I'm not kidding. And then right away, just throw it in the hamper and rewash it again. No, 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 no. Especially once the weather starts cooling down in about a month or so, definitely get more than one wear out of a pair of jeans. That is absolutely, because jeans, they take up a lot of space in the laundry. They're heavier, harder to dry. No, 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 no. Get more than one use, especially when it comes to wearing denim jeans, honestly. So we tend to do laundry way too often, more often than we need to. More often than we need to. Why? Because some people just can't fathom the thought of walking to the closet and hanging up their clothing. You could let it air out on the hanger for a while and then put it back in the closet. Wore it for a couple of hours and the weather wasn't 300 degrees out, or you weren't digging a ditch or anything, anything of that nature. Okay. Never play down the idea of make ahead freezer meals. Let me tell you something. I do believe in having frozen dinners. I don't believe in spending a ton of money on frozen outside pasta meals. I've mentioned this all the time in the past years. Okay. I'm not saying they're not delicious. Don't get me wrong. They are delicious. Okay. And for some people, in my opinion, some of them are a little on the too salty side for my taste, but everybody's different. But especially pay a lot of money for frozen pasta meals. I mean, I've seen some little itty bitty pasta meals like $4 or $5 for a single serve. I'm not saying don't have single serve ready to prepare meals on hand. The big difference in my case of what I believe in, okay, is that we can easily, without blinking an eyelash, we can make those simple pasta meals by ourselves, like baked ziti or lasagna or some other noodle with beef or chicken or something. Make the pasta the star of the show because, well, this could be its own show, but I just want to briefly go over it. Let's be aware that, in my opinion, we're going to see a lot of price hikes all over the place. We just are. Without getting into anything specific, just keep our eyes and ears open. That's why we need to do streamline things like this. Instead of paying some outside company for single serve meals that can be easily replicated at home, you can make like 10 of them. That way you have them on hand for those busy lunches or busy nights, or you got to go out and do soccer or drive your kids' friends around or whatever the reason is. Not everybody just goes home and then they eat their dinner and they chill out that night. No, a lot of people go home from work and then they're on part two. Maybe they have a second job or side hustle and they want a quick meal without having to, make the phone call to get the expensive delivery or go out, jump in a car and spend more money or whatever, or take out more money. No, no, no. On a quiet afternoon, whatever that afternoon may be, or a weekend, if it's raining out and you want to be home and keep the TV on with a movie in the background, make a bunch of those make ahead meals. Have those freezer meals ready and make your life easy. You can have all the freezer meals you want. And if you make them yourself, you just made your whole month practically a heck of a lot cheaper and a whole lot easier. All right, everybody, thank you so much for being here. I certainly do appreciate everybody's time. And of course, enjoy the remainder of your weekend. And don't forget that every single day at 5 a.m., come back for my newest upload every day at 5 a.m. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You get the point. 5 a.m., brand new upload. Okay, take good care of yourself and your amazing family. Don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe. And as always, super thanks are forever appreciated. Thank you.